All right, good afternoon. This is a special meeting of the Acton School Committee on Thursday, March the 3rd at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're going to begin by saluting the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, do we have any comments from the public? No public comments today. Do we have any adjustments to the agenda that you sent us?
Just the one agenda item.
Just the one agenda item, okay.
I can help you out with the agenda item. There have been, as you know, there's been a lot of changes, especially with the press yesterday saying that the state of Maine is going to back off mandatory masking as a recommendation, universal masking, in schools as of March 9th. That's next week. Our next school board meeting isn't until the 10th, our regular meeting, so we've called this meeting tonight to discuss masking. And from what I know in working with regional and state experts and regional superintendents is that the SOPs will be changed. We will see those standard operating procedures come out either Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday next week, no later than Wednesday. That'll give us guidance on, if you're not masking, well, what are we going to use for measurements in regards to spread and any transmission that may occur in a building, and then what do you do about that? So locally, there are some things we can do that I can do, and each school district that I've spoken with will be doing the same thing. So it will be a local decision based on, we do know there's some matrices. One of them is the national CDC maps that provide information on infection rates per zip code. Sometimes those can be up to a week old. We also get our regional one from York County every week, the Caitlin Lippert report that we get, that would also be data that would tell us what our zip, how we're doing in our own zip code in Acton, Maine. The other one is wastewater treatment. Well, that really doesn't work for us because most people are on septics. Another one would be pool testing, but we're not doing that, so that doesn't really work for us. But there are a couple other places that do work for us. That is the vaccination rate of the staff. And the last time we checked, the last time we had to check, was October. It was mandatory, and then the state backed off that. We were at about 86% of our staff. That's going to either be static, meaning it's going to be the same, or it's going to be more. It can't go backwards. So we're at least at 86%. And then the other one is the vaccination rate of our youth, since that started happening in January. And what does that look like? I don't have any number even start with there. And I'll use those matrices to make decisions in the future, along with the one that's probably the most important is when you reach 15% of your students not attending school due to illness, there's a kind of a clause there that you got to really take a look at what's going on. And in influenza days, which we haven't seen a lot of because of the masking and everything we've been doing for COVID, often a school would shut down a couple of days, kind of let things air out, and then open up the following Monday, say close Thursday, Friday. So if we hit 15%, I'm going to be looking at, okay, what's going on in Acton. And you know, I recommend that. My recommendation is that you do move our school to masking optional, but also allow me and empower me to be able to make the decisions on masking moving forward after tonight's vote. And I think we should probably shoot for Monday for that. And the reason for Monday and not Wednesday is this reason. The press has already said next Wednesday, and I've already caught wind that there are some schools with some kids that are older that are like, well, if you're going to do it on Wednesday, why don't we just do it today? So they're already having discipline problems today for something that's going to go away on Wednesday. And I do know that it's on the agenda for Sanford Monday night to address the same issue. So if we do it on Monday and Sanford does it on Monday, and we look at the busing policies for masking, I'll at least be congruent on Tuesday morning with the two cities where some of our kids come together. Our high school kids go to Sanford High School. So that's kind of my thinking right now, and hoping that maybe you can take some action on that this afternoon, because our next scheduled meeting is the 10th, and that's the day after the 9th. And I think making parents and kids hang in there for 4 days, I think I have a lot of issues here at the school, and we haven't had any issues. The parents have been great, and the kids have been great.
All right then. Back in October, I think it was, we at our meeting we made it mandatory for masks to be worn in the building when children were in the building. So now I'm looking for a motion that says in following with the CDC guidelines, we'll make a motion that as of Monday, March 7th, masks in Acton Elementary School will be optional.
So moved.
Second?
I'll second it.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor?
Yay.
I vote.
Thank you. I will make sure that, so tomorrow's a regular school day for everything, nothing changes. And then I'll make sure over the weekend a communication is written thanking parents for hanging in there and our new changes. And I'll also mention that any future guidance that comes from the state, I'll be sharing as it comes down the line next week.
Okay.
And I'll do that over the weekend and get that out before Monday.
And another motion that I'd look for is one that, where the school board authorizes the superintendent to make future decisions on masking at Acton Elementary School based on local data.
But I'd like to kind of add, it'd be short-term or something about it. It's not going to be for another whole year. It would be
Right.
during whatever, breakout, whatever.
Want to say through the end of the school year? Would it
That's a
be
long
June
time.
30th?
That's,
Yeah.
Are you looking
I
to
think-
put like a limitation on?
No.
Mary means that you can't just say,
Explanation.
I think people should wear masks indefinitely. If
Right,
Mary wants
right.
it to kind of be like short-term things, I
until
think.
you have further.
You know, say we get to the
information.
15% of population,
I understand what
then
you're saying.
you can come in and say, this is what needs to be done because we're at 15%
Until
of absenteeism.
Oh, I understand. So based on local data would mean as the
Yeah.
data changes, the decision
Yeah.
changes?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So it's
Okay.
not,
So let's say.
it could be for a 2-week period, it could be for a month, but it would be limited, is what I'm,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Understood.
I don't know how you want to word.
Okay, so school board authorizes to make future decisions on masking based on local data.
That would be reevaluated on short-term basis.
Yeah, but on a short-term basis,
And-
something like that.
Continuously reevaluated?
Continuously reevaluated.
I think it depends on what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, we could all be getting the regular flu,
absolutely.
so,
Even at our highest times, even at the times where our COVID positivity rate amongst staff and students was at its highest, we never reached 15%. We weren't even close.
right.
So that's when COVID was at its highest point. So I anticipate that 15% isn't something we're going to have to deal with.
Yeah.
But if it is, then we need to deal with it. That's exactly what you're saying,
Yeah.
is take action. Okay.
So this motion then would say the school board authorizes the superintendent to make future decisions on masking based on local data as it is continually reevaluated.
Perfect.
Local, like what, the town of Acton?
Yes.
Or you're calling York County local?
So moved.
Local.
Okay.
Local is
Local.
us, Acton.
Us,
All right,
okay.
so Mary, and now I need a second to that motion.
I'll second that.
Amanda?
Yep.
Any further discussion? Covered all our bases? All those in favor? 5-0.
Excellent. Okay.
Okay.
Amen.
Is there anything else we need to do, or we're all set?
Just a
Adjourn.
reminder that this is Thursday, that a week from tonight is our next meeting. It'll be a regular school committee meeting. I'll have the agenda ready for Monday for you, and then we move right into budget, looking at some articles. One week from tonight
Is
at
the
5
warrant
PM.
Finance coming to?
Yes,
Yeah, they'll be
they're
here.
invited. Yep, they
Didn't
have our
They just have a
schedule.
meeting themselves the
They had
other
one
day?
Monday night.
Can't say
Yeah.
me.
Okay, so I'll look for a motion to adjourn.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, it's 3.
I'll make that motion.
309.
What?
309.
309.
Oh,
Motion to adjourn at 3:09 PM.
What?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
Jeanette.
Yeah.
All in favor? So moved.
right.